Captain's log, stardate 0504202014.0. Starship Excelsior's log, NCC 77246. Morning. So, I've got a few announcements to make. Apparently, because I'm on YouTube, Chloe refuses to do her chores, and she also is upset that there's everything's conflicting right now. So, because everything's conflicting, she wants me to take a long break. So, I am trying to get things moving along. Unfortunately, we have a few problems we got to handle anyways. Before you ask, I'm having my morning coffee as I do this. It's really hard right now, you know. So I want to brief you on last night's mutiny. I made a point on religion and politics, and religion was fine apparently, but politics wasn't. Fortunately, as I said, I don't really give two craps about the Democrats or the Republicans. Fortunately, I don't care either or. All I'm saying is I want this country to be brought together so the American people don't have to choose one guy over the other. I want everything to be brought together. Unfortunately, there's a lot of basically attacks outright on other people. And I blame myself. All I was trying to say is I think, in my own opinion, thank God this is offline. I don't have anything except for negative comments. In my own opinion, and I'm not going to allow this to happen again, is I think in the politics realm, I'll stay out of politics. But my mom used to say, stay out of the barrel when it comes to politics. Well, she's right. However, I will tell you a couple things. My opinion's going to always be, unless the government turns around and does something, I think that, in my opinion, I don't care one way or another. If someone calls me a Republican, well, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat either. I'm not a voter. I frankly don't give two shits. But on a side note, because this war happened and everyone was accusing each other of being a Republican, my opinion was that the American people is suffering. Unless they're going to pull together, there's too many people out there, too many greedy bastards wanting more money. Plain and simple. People are basically making videos 5, 6 a day or more of new people out there on YouTube for monetizing, just so they can make money. Just so they can be complete assholes and be like, oh yes, today I need to make a living, so, oh look, another stimulus update. Oh, today I got a stimulus update about an update, about an update, about an update, about an update. About what? CNN isn't posting anything. Washington Post might have posted something this morning about a stimulus thing. It was somewhere. I don't remember what it was. I didn't even read it this morning. I got on to make my morning coffee. That's what I did. I got up to make morning coffee, and I got to deal with Chloe. And, you know, then everyone knows there's a little bun. So, basically, they were talking about $3 trillion stimulus or something. Frankly, if it doesn't go in the pockets of people that need it, instead they want to give it to the unemployed, well, the unemployed wins. So, what are they talking about, 200,000? So, right there, you see, we got to protect ourselves. 200,000, so they're talking about 200,000 deaths by June 1st. Wow. So, there you go. Yeah, okay, so they're borrowing $3 trillion to cover. Yeah, So, basically, that's the thing, okay? Let's just talk for a minute. Basically, I mean, literally, I don't care about these stimulants. Unless there's some concrete evidence out there, okay, that someone's going to get paid. I don't care. Secondly, I don't care about people turning around and basically going, oh, look at me. I mean, look, yes, we understand the commander-in-chief's against trans people, but it doesn't... My motto was, at least he has balls when it comes to the post office. I mean, I don't agree with the transgendered policy, but I don't want a fucking war either. That, literally, I'm basically going to state that if there's going to be war on my channel, I'm going to start banning people, literally, because my opinion was, and it still is, and I'm basically taking a break for all of you people because I gotta do business this morning. One, I gotta go to the post office Chloe's gotta go to the bank this morning, treasury check. And then two is, Chloe's gotta do business, elsewhere tomorrow. And three is, the USPS has got packages coming in. Apparently I got FedEx too, and then I got a large order that's just sitting in Amazon. And I complained to Amazon. So apparently Amazon, here's the kicker. Amazon turns around. And what Amazon has done, right, is they took, apparently one of my orders, right, is like $212 for a large order. That was stuff that I ordered from me and Chloe, all food. So Amazon turns around, right, and they're waiting to see if someone else places another order. And what happens? So they turned around, right, and they're waiting for another order. And, excuse me for a minute, I am looking over my account on Amazon right now for a reason. So, I placed this order, right, that was over $212, right? Well, Amazon started breaking it down, single by single, and they charged me, $151. Yet, the problem is as they're doing this, right, they're starting to whittle down with other things, like different months, So, like, my order in April, basically, was slowed down. Like, there was an order for, like, $95 for food. And so, since then, Amazon is, like, taking that and it's been breaking it down into, smaller payments, So, to me, it's not cool. And so I'm looking at this budgeting thing, and I got like a huge order that's just sitting in limbo. Everything else keeps popping out like, your order's been shipped, your orders have been shipped. And so, because my order is shipped, people are bitching about the entire basically they're just bitching about it. Oh yes, just the entire order is, like my DVDs, they're shipped. You get these items that say shipping or arriving, and if it doesn't say arriving, then it's in, like, one says prepare for shipment, another says arriving today, and says yada yada yada, and then you got, like, all these things says delivery estimates, right? Yet, some of these aren't even basically, and it's bad. I mean, literally. I mean, you look at my order, and it's like, it's arriving this day, it's arriving today, it's arriving tomorrow, and, it's not explaining to me, what's coming and what isn't. It's just like giving me all these weird dates, and so to me it's literally sad, and it bothers me to no end. So, but yeah, anyways, like I said, I got a lot to do, and Chloe and I need to get these video video watching started, so I got the list ready to go. She's got to go to the bank. Mop, mop. Come here, baby. Come here. What's up? Oh, good morning. See, I want to hug you. You see, it's not just about love and cuddles. It's also about cuddling with him. Hi. Good morning. How's it going, huh? This guy's been through a lot with me, you know what? And he's still been through a lot with me. What's up, Mop Mop? Hello, everyone. My name is Moppy. I want poo poo pee pee. Yeah, I know. Daddy would be happy that you did that this morning. Oh. What's wrong, huh? Your Caesar food hasn't shipped yet. I might have to see if I can eat some Alpo for you. Yeah, some soft, moisty Alpo. Maybe Mama will pick you up some tomorrow, too. So, anyways, like I said, this video is going to be short. I got videos to watch today. I basically wanted to let you know I woke up. I put in episode 1 last night of Star Wars, and I was working on episode 2. I gotta tell you, episode 9 wasn't bad. I heard mixed reviews. The only thing I thought that sucked was they left it hanging so they can make another series, you know. I mean, literally, the world's been defeated, everything's back to normal, and yet, it's the end, you know. In my opinion, it kind of, I don't know. I just don't know, you know. But anywho, so we watched it last night, basically, you know, and then we watched episode 1. Chloe demanded to watch part 9 first, and she's like a little kid. You don't give her what you want, you know, so it's okay. It was just like, me, I want it, you know, and to me, I finally gave in. It wasn't a bad movie. I wanted to see episode 9, but you know, it's okay because we can watch. I watched 1, and Chloe's like, which one's your favorite? Well, I fell asleep during the beginning of 2. I just was like, you know, so I was gonna see about checking on something for myself. So that's what I thought about doing, you know. So I'd like to know more about the yeah, people sit there and they say to me, what are you looking for, you know? Doesn't tell me. That's what I want to know. So anyways, so I thought I would, you know, basically look up, some information on movies. Not that it matters, as everyone knows, I'm in a complete DVD collection, so, oh, that's nice. So they're trying to sell a cigar special, a mega sampler free ashtray. How much are they charging? $90? I wouldn't pay $90 for those. They are Drew Estates, but. So, anyways, like I said, me and Chloe's got some reviews to go through when we get back. She wanted to get some lunch, and I was like, well, I'm not really hungry, so, being it so early. I'm actually offline, so it's not an live. As you can see, it's the camera running.
Do offline videos. That'll be better for you.
See, she wants me to do, she's commanding my orders, fine, when you get back, I command you to clean then, if I have to do offline from now on.
I just don't want you getting hurt.
Well, I'm basically talking about this.
You got cookies right there, you should eat them.
Here, take it with you and make sure it doesn't go to waste. It's getting rock hard anyways.
You don't like these cookies?
No, I'm not a big sweets fan, I'm under a lot of stress, so, I'm more worried about the frickin' meat lady. And as long as we don't have meat coming into this place.
Well, why don't we contact that gal?
You already did. I'm just waiting for you to pay her.
I will. I'll pay her so I can get that check cashed.
Well, if you figure something out for lunch, let me know. But if there's no burgers open. No, I don't want you spending money out. I just gotta get. We have mac and cheese. I'm waiting for supplies to come in anyway. So, fine. You just go get your business done and come back and we'll talk to that lady. So, anyways, like I said, everyone, she's demanding I don't go online because I got hurt, which is true. Basically, what happened was the moderators last night went into war. Okay. I basically stated that, in my opinion, everything's a stunt, okay? Politics are a stunt. It's one house against the other, and they're dividing the country. It's like the Mormons back then, and the non-Mormons when they first came out. It was a house divided. Well, problem goes with this. One person says that this is a war that she will fight and win. Thing is I don't care if she wants to fight and win in a war. My opinion will stand, and my opinion will always stand, that I believe this is a stunt. Look, we're stuck in a pandemic. Right now, I think we're going to be seeing, and I want to bring this up to you all, okay, because this is an offline video. I want to take a couple minutes to talk to you all about what matters, okay? So I was watching some videos last night, okay, and so... and etc. about one of my moderators, Pee-wee. She gave me some links. Okay, I want to talk dead on about these topics this morning, and I'm going to basically make it brief. First of all, I don't think the government's going to be generous and give us any extra stimuluses, okay? People are sitting there. When it comes and happens, I will do some research on it. But right now, there's no more money coming to us. The unemployment, or what I was trying to say is the unemployed know that there's $1,200. They're pushing for $10,000 a month. They're pushing for $2,000 a month. They're pushing even for fucking $2,000 a month or $1,000 or whatever. They just want fucking free money. Someone's got to pay it back. So they want to basically let their grandkids and great-grandkids take advantage of them, make them be slaves for it. A couple of my moderators are basically talking. It was Patty, Kimberly, and Gail. Gail stayed with me. Patty basically left, and Kimberly was going on the defensive. The problem is Kimberly has a right to her opinion. That's why I basically said keep it clean. Of course, the problem is everyone was accused of being a Republican. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. I don't give two shits. My opinion is basically my opinion and mine alone. So that's why I'm doing this video this morning, to tell everyone about my opinions. My opinion is this. Take it for a grain of salt. If you don't like it, well, we can still agree to disagree. I may disagree to your opinion, but at least I'll show you respect for it. Not being not basically sitting there, alright? Chloe basically almost got into a fight herself last night with the moderator. Chloe's a moderator too. Let me just say, Chloe went in there. There was going to be war. Chloe would have won. Literally. You don't let it. Chloe's a borderline personality. You don't give in at times. I've seen Chloe recently get so mad, she's literally cut herself on a knife. Literally cutting her arm because she was angry. Literally. Borderlines can snap at any given time. Let me put it to you this way, okay, since Chloe's going to the bank. Let me give you an example. Picture this. Turn around and you tell Chloe no, right? And I'm just talking to my people today about this because they need to know. Picture that. Chloe snaps. First she wants to die, then she grabs a knife, and then she wants to cut herself. Next thing you know, I have to clean her up, as usual, because of her anger. You tell her no on something like, no, you can't have those sausages, right? She'll snap. She'll basically snap. And people don't realize it. She'll do the stupidest stuff, and you won't even notice. What's this? Oh. Yeah, that's got to go under the sink. Actually, I'll put this in the bathroom sink. So, basically, what am I telling you? What I'm trying to tell you, everyone, is this. Look around. I look at everything from a different light, okay? And when someone basically thinks I'm a Republican, I'm not. Secondly, I'm not going to sit here and basically not tell you my opinion. As I said, I think keeping the states closed is basically punishing us all, personally. Can't go to the beach. Can't go to the store. We're stuck on an island. Governor tells us, this. The mayor says something different. I'm sorry. We're stuck in the worst pandemic ever. The internet's bogged down. I can't play my online game. I got a person who, keeps having dreams about the group homes and nags me about it. I have dreams of the Grim Reaper myself, and yet I get up every morning and I try my best to get things done. Literally. Cabinets need to be cleaned, floors need to be washed, floors need to be vacuumed. For the last 4 years, I've been doing so much cleaning, I just basically crumpled from it. People sit there and say, oh, that must be so hard. It is when you have to pick up a disabled hermaphrodite woman with borderline that can snap at anything. I mean, literally, the one reason why she was put on disability is because they said that they think that she needed a group home. I don't bring up the group home word. Fortunately, it's just a giant conundrum. I look after her. Fortunately, I can't do it forever. Physically, my heart's weak. Physically, I'm weak. I mean, literally. And I don't talk about this. I mean, literally. Politics, I try to leave out. Literally. But, comes my opinion is, if we're going to have both houses divided, the Democrats don't want to go back to work today. The Republicans want to get dirty and get their hands dirty and get stuff done. And then you got the Republicans sitting there, right? And I'm not a Republican, but I read the news. And they're basically bickering, oh, the Democrats need to go back to work. Well, maybe it should be called the do-nothing divided house. In my opinion, they only come together during certain emergencies. I mean, literally, my opinion is if I'm going to basically sit there and see 42 states out of 50 opening, right? And they're all waiting for a fucking explosion of Texas and the other 7 states and Georgia and I think Alabama, there's 3. Louisiana, I don't know. Anyways, look at the blue states, right? They're closed. Blue states, they have 4 types thing. I know, our beloved moderator Pee-wee basically gave a thing about the 4 stages. But my opinion, honestly, is there is no 4 stages. If this thing spikes in the next 1 to 3 weeks in Texas and the other ones, and the viruses go up, okay. Now, I'm going to give you 2 sides here, okay. I'm not playing devil's advocate, but let me put it this way. Damn it, Chloe had to open the door. Got allergies. Let me put it to you this way. Chloe, out of love for Chloe, okay? Chloe's basically anti this and anti that. Everyone knows we've had the government on our door, okay? My problem is I am not nor for or against, okay? But when you have the Democrats, and this is what I'm going to say, all right? My own opinion. Go ahead, attack me if you wish. At least I can moderate the comments a little better through offline. If you have people basically sitting there saying we need to stay closed, no, we don't. What we need to do is keep the payroll taxes coming in for Social Security. No payroll tax, no money. That means everyone will be put on SSI, which means we could lose $600 up to $600 or $700 or more per person because we're all on the general fund, which means they can grab more payroll tax. My opinion is this: it's all a stunt. Look at it. The Democrats don't want to go to work because of this virus, right? But the Republicans are willing to go to work, okay? Then, another stunt. It's like everything the Democrats are trying to do, okay? My opinion is this. I'm going to say it. I'm not nor or against any party. But if they divide the House up, and people are getting hurt because there's no jobs, and no, work, and everyone's relying on the public dole, then there's a problem. Now, I know there is some concerns, oh, well, people will die if the government reopens. Well, guess what? Let me put it to you this way. My own opinion, thinking about last night's arguments, here's what I will say today. When it comes to death, okay, we've already lost a lot of people, and if these states open up and people start dying and getting sick and the states don't close, other states will close down their borders and keep these states out. 2, then it's a damn publicity stunt. Again, let me put it to you this way, alright? Here's how I see it, alright? People say, oh, well, what is your opinion? My opinion's this. You got the Democrats basically keeping the damn states closed. Pee-wee's in California. They might have a 4-stage plan, okay, but that 4-stage ain't going to happen. If the virus spikes and more deaths happen, they won't open. They'll basically scrap it and basically sit on it. What they're trying to do is they're basically trying, in my opinion, and I'm not a Republican, but they're basically trying to keep the president from having a fair election, okay? Now, here's the thing. Here's another thing, if you look at it from the worldwide circus, the circus of the United States. You got the circus of the United States, or the arena. The Democrats turn around, and they don't want to go to work today due to the virus. Republicans are willing to. Now, the Republicans, okay, they're basically playing the fence too, okay? They're basically saying, from my point of view, that the Democrats are trying to keep the states closed to keep from Donald Trump being reelected. Could be, look at it that way. Now, the Republicans are doing that. But what is the Republicans doing? Well, I'll explain that in a second. Republicans are turning around and doing something worse. The Republicans are turning around and basically trying to get every state that's a Republican to open, saying there's nothing wrong, the virus is a hoax, or a virus is this, right? Now, I understand why people said people will die. People will die if they open the state up, but it's okay. So let's put it this way. Got a headache this morning. And that's Pee-wee. I got plenty of Tylenol. I'll leave and stuff, so. And ibuprofen. Ibuprofen's right over here. So, right here. I can always get more if I need to. So, alright, so. You all sit there and you say, well, what's the stunt? Well, look at it this way. The Democrats are turning around and saying it isn't safe in 42 states to open. We'll wait to see how the red states basically handle things, right? Now, let me just put it this way. last night, one of the things that Kimberly made a statement on, I had to do some research. She's right. Testing kits are going to be useless unless you have a cure or a treatment, as my father-in-law said. Pretty much that's what he said today. Without a treatment or a cure, a testing kit's ain't going to do shit. That's why they got to keep the states closed. Fortunately, on one hand, you got the Democrats basically seeing if they can contain this, which I think it's a publicity, a political stunt, okay? Political stunt. Had a brain fart there. A political stunt where they're basically turning around, right, and saying, no, we're not opening up. Let's see what happens with the red states, right? We want the red states to have it blow up in their face. I know, I believe Kimberly's from Texas, so, you know, she's really worried. She has a right to worry. She has a right to literally worry about her thing, right? Because she's in Texas. You know, they're opening up. Then you have the blue states sitting back saying, look, we're going to open up. Possibly, it's not concrete yet. They're not saying, oh, we're going to open up, yada, yada, yada. They're waiting for the virus to get the numbers to go down. But problem is, I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you two things that it is, okay? Basically, they're waiting to see if these spikes in these states, if these states start to spike because they reopened, then you know damn good and well they'll be keeping the states closed, which means all summer. And then into a second giant wave will hit in winter, fall, which, you know, fall, winter, which will really do some damage, right? Because there's no testing kits, there's no cure, and they're trying to rush something. And if they don't find it properly, you know, that's why states have to be careful and countries got to be careful. But here's more. If it doesn't blow up in their face, right, the Republican side of things, see, I'm trying to play both sides here to give you guys an answer. Then the state's going to reopen. People can go back to the beach. They can do things. Fortunately, blue states think it's going to bite them in the butt and then they're going to have to close again. Thing is here's my opinion, okay? It's political. Both sides are doing political stunts. One wants to close the government and say this virus is too contagious. We can't open. Leaving, here's the thing, okay? Here's my problem. Leaving everyone around. They're fighting the fence. Basically, one wants to keep the states closed, and they want to use the virus as a crutch to basically keep the president from doing his job, to kick him out. President basically doesn't realize, I think, that, you know, there's no cure for this, so testing kits are useless. And if he basically knows it, then he's smarter than I thought, okay? Not going to say anything negative. On the other side of the fence, the Republicans think if we don't get back to work now and get these people back to work, there's nothing left to America to fight for, because America will fail. The blue states are sitting around going, the virus is so bad, we need to keep it closed. But then they come up with this plan, right? This plan isn't foolproof. The plan's basically, you know, a backup to a backup. Basically what it is, oh, there's my cup. It's a backup of a backup. People say, oh, well, what's that mean? Basically, it's not concrete. They want to change it on the fly. They want to basically blame the president, okay? I basically said it's neither. If the president had the intel, okay. I mean, look. Honestly, I don't buy that the entire, I don't buy the entire, thing was manufactured in a lab, okay? I don't. If it was manufactured in a lab, we'd have our own, you know. You see, the problem I have with Amazon, for example, everyone, is this. They're emailing me a order, right? They're like, your order has shipped, right? And yet, if my fucking order was shipped, now why is it every time I turn around, Direct Express keeps whittling money down? It's like they're fucking double dipping. I mean, literally, if they're gonna be fucking double dipping, they might as well fucking, and they're like, oh, well, we're taking money out as it ships. Look, you took money out as it fucking was going out with everything in stock. Now you're taking more money out. This is why I'm going to go with Target only, I think. Fuck Amazon. I mean, literally, every time I turn around, I gotta check my fucking, debit card for every little charge and calculate it to find out where the payment went. I mean, literally, I go down the list here, right? And if I can't find it, then I know they're gonna be taking it out in soon, But anyways, back to politics, right? I'm just checking this. All right, so let me see here. This one was. All right. So I go through the pricing here, right? And it doesn't make sense. So basically, so it better be coming out somehow. I'll figure it out later. But basically, I think it's all political stunt, literally. I love every person, yet I don't like seeing people basically duking it out. I mean, literally, Chloe was about to really blow her stack last night when someone was saying that they always win. You don't know Chloe. Chloe will basically make everyone basically, really, basically, you don't deal with Chloe, okay? That's why Chloe's mom, basically, you want someone with borderline personality, you pit Chloe against him. Chloe always wins. People literally back down from Chloe. I mean, literally. You bring up politics, Chloe will basically ram it down your throat, basically tell you what they think of the commander-in-chief. Hell, like I said, we've had the government on our door because of Chloe making threats. I mean, that's how bad it is when she's against her, okay? So when people sit there and say, hey, how come you're for the president, or you're for some and against others? Look, I may not support him, but I'm not going to disrespect the man either, okay? My opinion is the post office, he had to basically tell Amazon where to do it. Look, Amazon's getting about 2/3 of everyone's stimulus checks, okay? And if that's the case, Amazon's fucking racking in billions. And then they can't fucking fix anything, and then the FedEx basically had enough and said, fuck you, out. Whereas UPS is still being the bootlicker. I mean, literally, come on. I mean, doesn't anyone realize that Amazon is falling down the cracks? Amazon is basically doing the fucking shifty. I mean, literally. I mean, if you look at the orders, right? If you look at the order, I'm going to go over here for a second because I want to know something. Amazon keeps popping out, right? I'd like to know because it'll tell me exactly what's coming. Because, okay, so they're basically shipping today more of my items that I already said it was shipped. You see? This is the fucking bullshit that I gotta go through. Literally. I mean, literally, you click on this package, right? And, I mean, let me just complain. Hit track package, right? You find out what's shipping. Like last night, it was razor blades, apparently. Shaving cream was shipped today. Oh, wow, you see? They're saying it was shipped like last night or 2 nights ago. I mean, literally, it's the crap like this that I gotta deal with. 15 items. Well, let's see what shipped in this 15 items, because I'm curious. So basically, 2 bags of chips. Okay, so 6 more items. What is the other? And plus 6 more items. Well, what's the other 6 items? So basically, that was shipped today. So my order on that was shipped today. I mean, literally, can you believe that? I mean, in my opinion, every time I turn around, right, They're basically razors were shipped today. So razors were shipped today. Yeah, it's claiming it was shipped today. I mean, literally, I'm getting tired of Amazon basically sitting there saying, oh, you have 4 items on the way, yada, yada. But anyway, back to politics. Basically, politics are turning around, right? And I'm getting to the point in my life where, I'm tired of the political stunts, okay? I literally am. I'm tired of fucking seeing the government turn around and basically pitting each other against everyone else. I mean, look, fucking government turns around. Government turns around, and they turn around, and they're like, oh yes, doing the political stunt. One side, the Democrats wanting to close close states down just to fucking keep Biden, to get Biden in, right? Here's my true fucking opinion on it. If you're just basically playing with the lives of the American people by closing down the states because everyone around you in the blue states don't feel comfortable going, it's because it's basically a form of brainwashing. I don't feel safe going out. I live in an island, but 15 cases, you go off island, come back, it's auto quarantine. I mean, come on, look. I don't feel safe walking out and doing stuff. Chloe basically doesn't either, but Chloe has to. There's too many people that are hoarding things. I mean, literally. I talk to people that say, oh, yeah, we're being this, or we're getting that, or things are this or that, or hoarding. And I mean, literally, I would like to have a day where I can just, go into a store and buy stuff. Instead, I'm stuck going off island for groceries, or ordering it through Amazon because I made a promise that I won't go into the grocery stores. In my opinion, I'll keep my word, but in my opinion, it's a burden to me that I can't go into these stores, even though they discriminated. Honestly, I don't know if Chloe got discriminated or not. Chloe claims it, so I believe it, but frankly, until I get to the real truth of the story, it's he said, she said, and it's nothing, it works. I mean, in my opinion, we're hurting. We're literally hurting, And yet, I feel, this virus is basically doing a toll on me mentally. And I'm talking about not me having a virus, but seeing everyone around me all locked up. Some people saying, oh, well, we need another stimulus. We need more money. We need more money. Look, here's my honest opinion, okay? My honest fucking opinion on this whole damn thing today is this. I think, honestly, that the government needs to, by the way, if anyone hasn't tried this coffee, it's not bad. It's a organic fair trade Sumatra dark roast by Amazon. Really good coffee, actually. I mean, I'm trying a different blend. I might send out a 3-pack to Jose this month. Maybe send him 2 3-packs. Let the man have some coffee, If you're watching this, Jose, I miss you. But no, honestly, I stay away from politics. I stay away from politics because I don't want to see people get hurt from politics. Look, I love everyone, but the problem is again, and I'll say this, is everyone is entitled to their opinion. Unfortunately, my opinion is, and I'm going to basically break it down to you today. Alright, let me put it to you this way. I'm glad you're all here. Now let's talk about some serious stuff over some dip, okay? It's time I tackle this problem once and for all. Basically, I said last night something about that. I was I was out of it, okay? I'm tired. These videos that long 8 hours plus drains me, okay? Honestly. That's why I'm doing this one offline today. Waiting for Chloe to get back so we can actually do some more agreements so the lady can give her some more money for meats. But here's the deal. So we can have everything packaged for tomorrow. So here's the deal. The Democratic Party and the Republicans, in my opinion, just my own, take it as a grain of salt. No wars here. They're duking it out between each other, playing the fence. The Democrats want basically Joseph Biden in, so they're basically blocking and closing the states up, right? using the pandemic to their advantage as a weapon. The Republicans are saying without work, without jobs, without whatever. I mean, the president can make it so everyone that's not disabled has to go back to work, okay? The ones on benefits have to go, right? Problem is, right now, the increasing of the thingy, okay? The unemployment. Now, everyone sits there and says, oh, yeah, well, you don't know what you're talking about, you're full of shit. No, I do know what I'm talking about. That's why I'm talking to you about it. Here's the fucking kicker. Democrats want to close 42 states and want to watch the Republicans basically blow up in their face so they can't open properly. Right now, I know one of my beloved moderators who I care for, it lives in Texas, okay? I'd be scared to be in Texas. I'm scared too because Jose's in Texas and I care for Jose deeply. People don't know me that well, but I love Jose very much, okay? I don't talk about Jose much because he hasn't surfaced lately and I gotta get off my ass to write him, okay? Hi, how are you today, Ebony? So, well, you got a little Slurpee left. When it runs out, and I'll refill for you. So, then you got the Democrats basically doing this, basically wanting to play the blame game. See, I told you so, you couldn't reopen states, it blew up in your face, now you got spikes everywhere, right? But the Republicans pull this off, right? If the Republicans pull it off, doesn't matter about testing kits, because as Kimmy said, testing kits don't mean jack shit without a cure. She's right. Or, as my father-in-law said in an email, it doesn't mean shit if you don't have at least a treatment to help treat this, because it can come back on anyone. This virus can mutate, so it will come back. So, what's that tell you? It tells me, again, they're playing the fucking sides. One's basically keeping the states closed because they want Biden. The other wants to reopen it and say nothing's wrong, right? They got to have a balance there, a balance in the force to basically juggle it. You can't juggle the force and basically get away with it, right? So how do they do it? I'll tell you. They got to make a plan, backup, contingencies, etc. Now, this is where it gets tricky, because people say, oh, you're wrong, they're not keeping this. Look, there's other places out there that are stating the same thing I'm stating, and I came up with this before I even saw it in the papers, that it was a political stunt where they're trying to close it up. You get President Biden, okay? That's all it is. The Republicans want to reopen. The Democrats say it's a political stunt on their side. And I knew it was, I'm saying this because the Republicans are saying, well, we need to get back to work. The president is seeing the unemployment go through the roof, right? Go through the roof to the point of no return. And because of it, what happens? Everything hinders on unemployment. Has anyone ever seen the movie My Fellow American with Jack Lemmon and James Garner as president? It was basically some jobs went down the toilet, they got kicked out of office. And to me, I think two former presidents, based on different politics and based on different, geographics, you got to look at it from that point. He wants to reopen the government so he can get reelected. That's his thing. You see, you got one side basically stating if they don't get fair elections, he's going to throw a fit, right? Fair elections means fair elections, but he can't do any rallies. He can't do this. Instead, the states are saying, look, if the red states basically have all these spikes, we're staying closed. We're watching to see in the next 4 weeks. Meanwhile, they close us down for another month, right? Meanwhile, they're basically turning around and basically doing petty fingers, blaming the fucking president for it, right? President's trying to lower the unemployment rate, get everyone back to work so he can get reelected. So again, it's an election ploy. See, they're both playing sides of the fence, trying to get their man elected. Me, I'm sitting here, I don't give a shit. What I care about is this. If you're going to play with everyone's fucking lives, and I know Pee-wee would agree with this, I don't know about the rest of it. Think Gail and Patty would agree, but I don't think, maybe others would agree too. I'm just saying, I think everyone would agree. I'm hoping. Not that I give a shit. Take my advice as a grain of sand, or my thoughts. Better yet. I'm thinking that unless we get the government open, no, it's not about me bitching about wanting to go to the beach. Literally, it's about this. They want to basically, here's how it gets complicated. You got all these people, right? I talk to people that are like, oh yeah, it's great, I get to stay home with my kids, we get to watch TV and do this and do that, and bake and bake and bake, and the government's giving us electricity subsidy, woo woo, oh yeah, and I got this and I got that, and the government, I hope we get another stimulus. They're all becoming greedy bastards. They're basically sitting there being greedy, right? They're basically being greedy. Remember the old joke, idle hands makes the idle hands is something about the devil. Well, they're now pushing the Democrats, even though they're not Democrat, for more stimulus. They don't want to go back to work. If they can get free rent and they can basically feel uncomfortable, right? Here's how it works, okay? You got the red states that basically turning around. These ones are the followers, more are the Republicans that follow the commander-in-chief, and they know there was a big virus problem, but they want to get back to work. They're Americans, right? You got the ones that are in the blue states, not the disabled. The disabled are a different class. Those are the ones that get shit on. I'm talking about the ones that work hard, right? They think they're entitled to more Social Security money. Or, I mean, we need more Social Security money, but what I'm saying is these people here, okay, these blue people think that when they retire, the rich should be giving up most of their money to pay for them to live a comfortable wage, which the rich should be paying more. But there's two sides of that story too. I mean, they keep the Republicans keep raising the age limit because life expectancy is getting higher and higher. So as long as they die while they're still working, they figure they don't have to pay, greedy bastards. But the Democrats think if we basically tax the rich more with a payroll tax cap, everyone would be fine, right? I say let's do it. Maybe if we have rich, wealthy people go and donate, say, $1 billion, just to be funny, and say I'm donating $1 billion to the Social Security Trust Fund because I have. I mean, look, Forrest Gump basically said it best himself in the movie. There's only so much a man needs for wealth, right? The rest is just for show. Plain and simple. So what's that tell you? What's in the drink, Evan? There you go. We'll fill it up now. So, what's that tell you? It tells you we're in a crisis. Everyone wants their fucking money. Everyone does. And everyone will get their money in time. But how does that play out for the rest? I'll tell you how it plays out for the rest. It's the blues against reds. And frankly, here you go, Ebony. Gotta be very careful with bunnies because they really can get pneumonia, Here you go, boo-boo. Basically, it's a political stunt. Both sides playing the fence. And then you have people that turn around and they get mad at me. I'm sorry, but I don't give a shit if you get mad at me, alright? This is a war. We're not fighting. If it blows up in the Republicans' face, states stay closed. If it doesn't, states should open. However, testing kits don't matter. People say, oh, well, people will die if they reopen. Well, guess what? Let me put it to you this way, okay? In my fucking opinion, okay? It doesn't matter. In my opinion, by the Democrats and the Republicans, it doesn't really matter. You see, the Republicans basically say it this way. Without fucking workers, there's no payroll taxes. And without payroll taxes, they don't pay Social Security. And that means Social Security gets drained faster. Now, on the other side, the Democrats that keep the fucking state closed down, I'll tell you what I think. Most of the people that go to these rallies in these blue states are fucking Republicans. They wave around their guns and they go, we want to open. Well, guess what? They're entitled to fucking reopen. The Republicans. In my opinion, and I'm not a fucking Republican or Democrat, alright? My own personal opinion's my own business, but I'm not Republican or Democrat. I will tell you that the Republicans that work hard, they want to go back to work. These Republicans have ideologies. They have goals in life, and their goals are fucking taken. Let me tell you about my family. Okay, they're beloved Republicans. I love them dearly. They could lose their house, and they can lose their car, and they can lose everything else in Oregon. They're working in a blue state. The blue state wants to keep giving benefits out. Let me put it this way, before you go and fucking argue with me, okay, and cause a war, alright, anyone who wants to win this war. It's not the Republicans' jobs, right? Let me put it this way. You got Democrats, you got Republicans, and you got yourself. If you're neither of them, right, this is how I see it. The Democrats want to keep giving more and more and more. Now, I'm disabled, okay? I don't mind extra money. But what I think is disabled people should be fucking, if you're disabled, should be fucking exempt from sales tax. Because we're already hurting. And what money we bring in, if we need to buy something big, we're fucking paying sales tax. The workers, let them pay the tax. But no, it doesn't matter. That's my opinion, right? What happens about other things, huh? I'll tell you about other things. I'll tell you. The Democratic Party basically wants to give, and give, right? If you live in a blue state, you think you're great in a blue state. But every state has Republicans. Republicans work hard in every state. Doesn't matter if they're red or blue, okay? Doesn't matter if your family's Republican, you're a Democrat. It doesn't matter if your family's Republican, Democrat, and you're a Green Party or Libertarian. Libertarian isn't bad, by the way, but we won't go into that today. What happens? Again, they're basically putting on everyone else's ideologies, all right? We can have an agreement to disagree, but to open the government at this time without testing kits, well, so be it. I mean, someone's going to say, oh, well, they're going to die. Well, let me put it this way. If we don't have testing kits, what's the point of fucking keeping the state closed? You're going to have more and more fucking greedy son of a bitches asking for more and more handouts. Where are we going to print the money? I've said this time and time again. The Republicans are asking that question. All right, I don't agree with the Republicans. Now, like I said, the Libertarian Party is really cool. But where are you going to get what you're getting, right? The Republicans don't say that. The Democrats don't. They're pitting each other. Republicans are blaming the Democrats for keeping the states closed to get their man Biden in. And the Democrats are stating that without the unemployment rate going through the roof, they're trying to get their president reelected. You see? It's basically, if you look at both sides of the fence, that's what they're doing. Fortunately, the blue states don't give a shit, okay? You turn around and you say, oh, well, you know, people are gonna die. The suicide rate might go through the fucking roof if people fucking like my family decide to go plug themselves or kill themselves, stab themselves, poison themselves, whatever method they do, you know. I just the first one of plugging, you know, just because I heard it too many times in mafia movies and stuff, but basically, whatever they want to do, they might just go, you know, they could go kill themselves basically on the grounds that they basically are miserable because the blue states are holding back and the red states are, you know, opening, and they're fucking watching their entire fucking state that they live in, which is, you know, the thing is these hardworking American Republicans work hard. They're watching their retirements. They're watching their houses and cars might fail and they might be homeless. The Democrats basically that are sitting here closing the states right now are basically causing this in many ways. There's no cure. It's open the government up. Keep distancing, keep this and that. Do what you need to protect the people, but keep the workers going. But no, they don't, you know, because it's all a political stunt for both parties. Both parties. Literally. In my opinion, we're basically going to watch the fucking fireworks. We need a leader that can get up and basically bring the country together. The Republicans, they're basically going to lose A lot. The hard-working Republicans, in my opinion, are going to lose a lot. The ones that work hard, like my families, they're going to lose their houses and their cars. But on the same side, on the other side, the Democrats are too. Maybe the blue state people think that they can get a free house or a free car or something out of this, and the Democrats will bail them out. Republicans aren't going to bail them out. The Republican wants them all to go back to work. Plain and simple. You know? And that's why I'm talking about. I'm not for or against any party, okay? Yes, the transgender community has been shit on some of the GLBT ever since he got in office, but my point is as long as you're in a blue state that's protected you, you're fine. Fortunately, he's trying to sign religious liberties in again. Fortunately, each president can do what they want, next president will do it. I mean, literally. I mean, they're basically playing it that is, it's Donald Trump's fault. We don't know whose fault it is for the fucking, this basically spreading in and first hitting Washington State. We don't know. We'll never know. And unfortunately, they're blaming it in a lab, okay? My opinion is we need to pull ourselves together and bring ourselves together as a country and not bicker about these things. All I'm trying to say is look at it from both sides, from my point, okay? I'm not for or against. I said, look, the Libertarian Party's pretty cool, okay? My opinion is if you look at the fucking Democrats, yeah, they want to give more benefits, but the Republicans are always basically blocking it. Same goes for fucking, they're not going to ever come to a happy medium on Social Security until the Republicans get what they want. They want to gut it. That's true. Democrats want to float it. So what's the Democrats do? They basically want to raise the payroll taxes. Let's go. Let's bring in 300,000-400,000. These rich motherfuckers, tax the shit out of them and pay the Social Security thing, right? Fill it up. The fucking rich, they want to fucking sit there and say, oh, well, we need to raise the taxes. Oh, average is 76. We'll make them work 75 years. And then they'll be like, average is 84. We'll make them work till they're 80. They're basically saying, you pay in, you get 4 years. That's fucking shitty. Everyone else is getting shit on. See, the Republicans are fucking deceitful. However, in my opinion, as I said, the Republicans and Democrats are playing each other. A lot of people's lives are at stake right now because of this fucking virus. Literally. Look around. The virus is killing people. The virus is going to make people homeless. I mean, look. You got people sitting in the blue states, okay? Here's how I see it, okay? I'm playing like devil's advocate here to a point. You got the Republican American, red-blooded Republican Americans wanting to go back to work. They want to go back to work. They want to open up things. Maybe they know there's no fucking cure, so they're just like, let's go back to work and, we need the money, right? You got the blue states saying, no, we can't. Meanwhile, their personal agenda is get President Trump out of office. But at the same time, they're basically jeopardizing all of the Republicans in the blue states that are rising up with firearms and rallying against the fucking governors. Meanwhile, they're basically sitting and rallying up because their livelihood's at stake. Guns. They're not just rallying with guns, but they're basically going to lose their house and their farms and anything else while they're sitting there. I mean, literally, while they're sitting there. And they're basically sitting there going, what goes on, what, right? While they're basically doing that, everyone's fucking suffering. Literally, everyone's fucking suffering. And that is why it disgusts me. While the Republicans basically are saying, oh no, we can go back to work. Maybe we can, but we need to take it slow. Fortunately, I don't want to see the death toll stacked up either, but if this blows up in the red state's face, the blue states win. If the fucking blue states basically see that the red states are winning, then the blue states lose. I mean, literally, I'm not talking politics. I'm basically saying on the battlefront. Literally, what you're seeing is basically everyone is suffering, okay? And I don't like it. The Republicans are suffering. The Democrats are suffering. The Libertarians are suffering. The Green Party is suffering. Even the Socialist Party, which always makes it the Communist Party, whatever. They're all fucking suffering. Every party in this country is suffering because you have someone. And then you got these fucking people. There's some Republicans out there that say, look, if you basically keep printing money, the money deflate, nothing's going to be worth shit in this country. We're going to be a third-rate country. Thing is, you can't keep pumping money into these people. people started hearing about, oh, got a package here. People started hearing other things, right? Look what happens. Is that a FedEx or UPS? Cool. So people are sitting here, right? Here we go. You can see what's in these. So people are turning around, right? And they're basically losing their livelihoods. And the Republicans are basically trying to help save the livelihood. What do we get here? Vice. Oh, yeah, Christian. I like this movie. It's very cool. You know, have you noticed they stopped sending packing slips? Seems Amazon's getting more and more shady. What's in this box, actually? I'll figure it out. Anyways, what I'm trying to say out of love to you all is that everyone around's going to hurt. The Republicans want to get people back to work because the cost is too high. Is this, I don't know. Oh, this is the Postal Service. Yeah, okay. So I guess the U.S. Postal Service. This isn't UP. This isn't, yeah, or is this? Yeah. I don't know what it is. I'll look it up later. I think that's Postal Service. You know. Let's see what we got here today. So apparently they decided to send 6 boxes of Asian miso. Nope, this is what's coming today. So Chloe's got some meals to get her by till who knows when. So Asian miso. So basically this is why we are desperate to buy food. Because we can't get anything else around here, So anyways, like I said, we have that, right? Postal Service delivered. So those are the 2 Postal Service items today. So, Post Office came today. But basically what I'm trying to say out of love for you all is basically we're all suffering. I mean, it doesn't matter, in my opinion, when people sit there and say, oh, everyone's going to die. Well, thing is, if we don't do nothing, people are going to die. People are going to lose their houses and they might commit suicide. They might lose their cars and commit suicide. You got too many people basically going to lose. Whether you're Democrat or Republican, it doesn't matter. What matters is we have to bring this country together and look at the big picture. There's no testing kits. What's the point of printing them out? There's no cure, so what's the point? What are we supposed to do? That's what I'm asking you as a community today that's watching this video. What do we do? Do we keep printing money out and give everyone stimulus checks at $2,000 a month and make everyone happy? Or do we find an alternative? The Republicans aren't going to give any more stimulus money. If they do, the Democrats are going to be basically playing footsies with it. I mean, look, they can come out with this grandiose idea of a stimulus, right? Give more money to the people. What happened to fucking fixing Social Security? They keep kicking the can. They never come to an agreement. No party moves on that. And yet everyone's suffering. So, my point is, we need to look at the big picture. People say, oh, well, you know, we need to stay closed because of the death count. We might. But there are states out there testing their luck. And if the death count stacks up, my opinion is we're screwed. And if it doesn't, and they have it down, then they win. So it's basically a he said, she said winning battle of who wins the war. And right now, you know, they're basically, you know, etc., etc. I mean, literally, they're basically trying to say it's a free country, yet blue states, I think, are trying to keep these freaking people from other states going into other. What if other states are carrying this virus? The next thing you know, the blue states, blue states, a lot of blue states, some of them are opening, some of them are staying closed. Ones that staying closed is a different story, My opinion, we're basically dealing with, any way to look at it, you're going to see a lot more life lost, whether it be due to coronavirus or suicides, because, they're all playing footsies under the table and they're not giving an inch. You give an inch or you don't give an inch. My opinion is you better give an inch. I'm tired of seeing people not give an inch. I love all of you. And I don't want to cause political strife. It wasn't my intention. So if you think so, I apologize. But my opinion is it's all fucking political stunt. They're basically playing both sides. Both sides are playing fence. You got one side who wants Biden so bad they'll keep the government shut down, trying to delay the government, etc., etc. And then you got the other side thinking the worst is past. But you got the news media is basically and everything else saying the second pandemic, is going to be worse. Literally. And then you got the Washington Post playing the sides. Is the Washington Post Democrat or Republican? They're basically stating that, the president's going to lose. Newspapers are following suit. They're not giving the guy fair treatment. If you're going to basically go on the campaign trail, at least you basically give the guy fair treatment. That's all I'm saying. If you don't give the guy fair treatment, what are you? Literally, we got to look at it from this point of view. If they're going to basically make him lose or win, we need to have a fair treatment. Fair treatment of the American people. Without a fair treatment, then we lost. The election was about fair treatment back in the day. Fortunately, like I said on video last night, people said, "Oh, I'm a Republican." No. If I was a Republican, I would be backing Reagan. I heard he was a nice guy, but honestly, I'm more leaning towards my own party than anything because I see too many of these clowns doing what they want. And I see a lot of these clowns corrupt clowns. If you look at it from my point of view, you're basically voting for either two parties that are going to be taking away from you or giving or taking it. See, each party takes away from the other, right? Republicans believe in gun rights, but they also believe in hard work and preservation and etc. To get through things, right? Democrats, the old Republicans were for abolishing slavery and stuff, but then the party switched and everything went to hell. The Democrats decided it was time to give benefits to people. Give benefits to people, more benefits. FDR did this. Since then, people think they're entitled to more. And that's where it's getting worse and worse, right? Where the Republicans wouldn't mind if they would give in to a point, pay their taxes and yada, yada, yada. And, as long as they have a retirement, right? Problem is you're getting more and more of these blue states taking away rights, and the Republicans don't like it. So the Republicans are pushing back. Like, a lot of people want to go to other states for better rights for guns. And other states are like, we need to take them away because of it. You know what the problem is about gun control? I'll tell you. Fucking blue people think that they can fucking take it away by fucking giving more mental health. In this fucking state, I'll tell you, mental health fucking sucks. Literally, you basically have this and have that and have this. Guess what? Oh, you were admitted to a mental hospital in Washington State. You can't have a gun. Even if you went in voluntarily, they're saying, that under the voluntary laws, you lose your rights. Sorry to say, I was in one in Oregon, so fuck it. My point is this. That's just the tip of the iceberg. They can't basically take away. They can't. Fucking states. You know why mental hospitals don't like to take people? I'll tell you why. Because when they take you, you got to go through certain channels with Medicare. Medicaid, you go to an emergency room, they'll basically place you anywhere. The other day, basically, some people were talking about Chloe. They were pissed when they found she has Medicare. I mean, Chloe was smiling the other day. She has Medicare. That means that 99% of people with Medicare, 99.5% can't be involuntary committed because they have Medicare. Basically, Chloe is, well, Chloe. There's Chloe, you know? And so, what's that tell you? Medicare. But, basically, the Democrats want to give it, for gun control, for example, they want to basically strengthen mental. Like in this state. You can't strengthen mental. They're already cutting mental to cover the shortfalls, giving cash assistance to people still waiting for their unemployment checks. And everything else. They're cutting everything they can. I mean, literally, it's bullshit. And yet, the people, I mean, you see the Republicans, they basically sit there, right? My family, okay, I love dearly. They're Republican. Well, one is, I think. I don't know about the other one, but let me tell you a story. I don't feel, and they know this, that it's right to raise property taxes $10,000 or $20,000 every 6 months or something. True story. Pay for the homeless. I mean, literally, there's other programs in the state of Oregon that can pay for the homeless without raising property taxes for the entire state. Literally. This is why the Republicans, in a lot of places, I mean, look, Washington State, a lot of the homeless are freaking got coronavirus or COVID-19. A lot of these people are dying. They need to be taken care of. They're not taking care of the homeless. If Oregon's being forced to pay $20,000 or more in property taxes to help the homeless, and the homeless aren't getting help, the problem isn't about the homeless. The problem isn't about paying taxes. The true problem is if the Republicans, like my beloved family, have to pay the fucking taxes, I think they want to fucking make sure the money's going to the right places. I think, truthfully, what they're basically, what I remember on Facebook is, they're basically angry at the fact that these politicians are so corrupt. They'll make up all these things, take all your Republicans' money, and then they give it to themselves. They don't give it to it. Literally. Raise the property tax. Raise the employment tax. You got to pay a worker's tax to be a privilege to work in Oregon tax. If you work in Washington, you still got to pay Oregon your wages, because even if you work out of state, you still got to pay Oregon. I mean, literally, they might not have sales tax, but everything's a little more expensive. I mean, literally. The Democrats, I think, or the Republicans were trying to get it so people can actually pump their own gas. I think, at certain times you can pump your own gas. When I was there with my family, watching them pump the gas by themselves is fine because apparently it's against the law. Someone else there, I think they changed it recently, but point is I'm worried about my family. I'm worried about them. It doesn't matter if they're Republican. What matters is they can hold on to their house and their car and their dogs and their chickens and their Camaro and their pickup trucks and everything else. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see my cousin Dinky message me and say she's living in a travel trailer because they lost everything. I mean, literally, I'm not a Republican, but I love all people. I think Dinky thinks also, like me, that the fucking thing is a political stunt. The state's basically made a pact, and the Governor Inslee's running the show. And because he's running the show, thanks to him seeing Governor Cuomo, which Cuomo is doing a good job in New York, but like Kimmy said, there is no fucking testing kits. How can he test even if you have the virus? What are you going to do? Put them in quarantine camps? Or keep them quarantined in their house for a year or two? I mean, literally, if we don't open up soon, honestly, and I'm going to say this for anyone who's Republican or Democrat, you're going to see shit hit the fan, and it's going to be worse. I mean, look, there's too many people watching YouTube right now, and they're watching YouTube and wanting a second stimulus, $2,000 a month. They're pushing for it. Every day, the Democratic House is pushing for it. Republicans are pushing back, saying there's no money for it, which is true. But someone has to come to a happy medium. I mean, the president wants to reopen because he knows jobs are on the line. There's what? They're talking by the end of next week, there's going to be over 40 million people unemployed in this country. 40 fucking million people. And a lot of these people are saying, well, I'll stay home as long as you give us stimulus money. But these people don't realize there's no fucking cure and there's no fucking treatment for it. Literally, they're basically watching the entire U.S. implode from the inside because, you know, one side wants to go back to work, the other side wants to stay home, they don't feel comfortable. They've been told the virus is deadly. They've seen the death toll. They're talking by June 1st, if they can't get this under control in the 8 states, that the death toll will be over 200,000. The president was basically saying it could be 200,000 to 2 million. I mean, literally, at first preliminaries, if we don't do distancing, we have stay-at-home orders or stay-in-place orders, SIPs. I mean, literally, it's just a big fucking conundrum. Hold on. Yes, Poppy, I know. Hey, your first order came in today, Chloe.
What is it?
Spicy miso soup.
Yay!
Right here. What do you think? You got 2 more boxes coming, but this came in first. Chloe?
I'll look forward to that. But hey.
Anyways, what's up?
Got some refreshments.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Anyways, what I'm trying to say to you all, okay, before I go, I know Chloe doesn't want me taking too long, but then I gotta upload this, actually I'll leave them out. I like my sodas warm. Is that. Did you get your business done?
Yeah.
Good. We'll email that lady in a minute, call her. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it's a political stunt. Chloe, can you come here for a second? I would like to chat with her for a minute with you guys present because I want to get her opinion on something. Like I said to you all, it's a political stunt. You got the states, the blue states waiting for the red states to blow up in their face so they can stay closed. You got the red states basically trying to open because they want to get jobs down.
And the red states want to force the blue states to open.
Unfortunately, that's a political stunt because the president sees the unemployment keeps going through the roof. And some people aren't getting their unemployment checks. They might lose their house and their cars.
What are you talking about?
Basically, so, you know, it's basically both sides are playing a political stunt. Nah, never mind. She's not into politics this morning. I mean, that's what it is.
It is a political stunt.
Basically, it's a political stunt from both sides. I mean, look, Chloe also knows that it's hurting even if you're Republican, she doesn't like Republicans, by the way, but even if it's you're a Republican or a Democrat, both sides are being played, and they're basically being hurt.
Yeah.
And we can't give money to people that don't have money. The states can't just, they want to do another stimulus to help the states recover. Unfortunately, they can't recover until they open up. And what about the payroll taxes? Again, Social Security's not getting any payroll taxes, so it'll run out of money faster because of it. It's time that we look at the options. As Kimmy said, there's no testing kits. Without testing kits, there's no cure and there's no treatment. All I'm trying to say is look around. The stage 1 through 4, the governor's opened up. It ain't going to happen. They're waiting for the fucking Republicans to fuck up so they can keep the state closed. But they're not thinking about, they're thinking about the lives saved, right? They think the American people, the blue states, and the Democrats think that they could rebuild. The workers can rebuild their house, their car, and their livelihood. If this continues, there's not going to just be deaths from coronavirus, but there might be deaths from suicide and other issues because people are losing their livelihood. And that's where It's completely wrong. And to me, we got to look after each other as a community, as a whole, and pull together and come up with a solution instead of being the problems. The problem is both sides have their own ideas how to do things. The silent majority is tired. Half the silent majority wants fucking more free money. The other half wants to go back to work. We're at a stalemate. Until it gets fixed, we're screwed. Literally, we are literally fucking screwed. So, for the rest of the day, and I'll do an update tomorrow, for the rest of the day, everyone, me and Chloe's going to be watching YouTube vids, video game reviews. We got to get those done. See? She said she was giving up tobacco, and yet she went and bought pack 6. Basically, the point is we are hurting. We're literally hurting to no end. And until we basically fix this problem, I mean, literally. And there's more to talk about, okay? Let me just tip, since you went out for a smoke, let me just tell you this. That we need to also fix other things. The Democrats and the Republicans are allowing hoarding. The government said there is no food shortage. There is. They basically did a reverse the psychology, and everyone went and fucking sucked up everything. I mean, food's getting restored, but food will run out. People will basically have to think about going back to work because, unless they keep their unemployment, the states are going to keep people on unemployment only on the grounds that the unemployment benefits will be given as long as they're not essential. As long as the Republicans blow up in their face, the states will keep closed. But the states aren't thinking about people's houses or cars. The states are trying to basically force it. The Democrats want to give free rent for a year or two. Literally, let's talk about that for a minute. Do you think the fucking... I've talked to the owner of this apartment complex, the owner, and the manager. The owner has 5 subsidized apartments. If the states are if the government or the states are trying to make a deal where the people get the free rent and the apartments are paid for, they're not going to budge. They said they'll sell their buildings because they don't trust the government to pay them. If the banks don't trust some of these stimulus checks, then what's the point of other issues? Well, that's where it gets pretty bad. I mean, literally, the states are basically, there's no money. People sit there and say, oh, there is money. There is no money. There's no fucking money. I mean, if there was fucking money, we would be fucking in the the thing is we're basically trying to print more money than we have. And, but I think lives should be saved. But I also think to save lives, we also need to look at the big picture. I mean, literally, we need to look at the big picture. Big picture is damaging. I mean, no one understands the repercussions here. If the Republicans screw up and this blows up in their face, the Democrats win. You got a different president, which is fine. Who cares, right? Now, the president's trying to decrease the unemployment rate by getting people back to work because he knows jobs affect the presidency. Now, a lot of people the Democrats are blaming the president for this virus. The Republicans want to go back to work. Problem is they're duking it out. They're literally fucking duking it out from each other. They're duking it out, to the point of no return. And so they're fucking duking it out with everyone. So what happens? In the end, we got to come together as a unit and come up with solutions. Solutions that will work. And not letting people lose their houses and their cars. I mean, look, there's a lot of people begging for the government to step up for free rent, free electricity, free food stamps, free Medicaid because they're stuck at home. They're told that this virus is deadly, and the states are basically saying we're closing for another 30 days. And then what happens? They're waiting till May 31st so the fucking states can fucking fuck up, and so all of a sudden we're stuck for another 30 days. They'll go for all the way to June. Then they'll go to July. Then they'll go to August. Meanwhile, as I said before, if they fucking fuck up on the virus cure, because the virus mutates, it can mutate itself out of existence, which would be good. But in the meantime, there's no cure. There's no treatment. So, the norm is face mask and gloves. Fortunately, a lot of people want face masks and gloves. They're jeopardizing their own life to make a point. Point is, we want to go back to work. We want to go hunting. We want to go fishing. We want to go hiking. We want to do things. We want to go bowling. We want to go to bars. Yeah, these people here, they don't care about their lives. They just want to get back to normal. The blue states, they're basically, the Democrats are afraid. But they're also so afraid that they're basically told that if you keep pushing for $2,000 a month, which won't happen, free rent, free Medicaid, free food stamps, what you're going to see is a fucking state-run program for everyone. I mean, literally, hospitals are getting extra money. But when that money runs out, then what? They're going to have to do another stimulus to help hospitals. Another stimulus to help find a cure. Another stimulus for whatever. I mean, people are talking, there's people out there that monetize on your clicks. They turn around and they click monetizing. They click. They're basically hyping you, and they're trying to get you to go and push for $2,000 a month so they can, these millionaires and stuff on YouTube can go ahead and basically buy more fucking shit. They're trying to push for $2,000 a month so you can go out. Go out and put more into the economy. I'm sorry, but if we're going to be funneling free money to the economy, we might as well just give it to the fucking businesses instead of the people. Because the people, look, I said it once before. The Republicans were doing an experiment. They decided, okay, we'll give in to the Democrats and give $1,200 to everyone. What happened? On our island, 70% of them kept stockpiling booze. Just booze. And then they go to the advocates and they ask for food and rent. No, that doesn't work. You don't bail someone out that spends their money foolishly on TV or booze or computers or game systems. You're in a pandemic, okay? We're in a hard-hit state where when our state starts to solidify and stores start to restock and they're not jury-rigging the pricing and jacking it up for a roll of toilet paper, then things have died down. I've said it once, I've said it many times. I don't feel safe going outside. I'll go get the mail and I'll come back in. Otherwise, that's it. My point is we're in a problem where unless the two parties come together for some compromise on everything, they're going to be at loggerheads. And that same goes with Social Security. Unless they keep fixing Social Security for retirement, survivors, and disability insurance, they keep fucking kicking the can. Kick the can down the road. Kick the can down the road. Kick the can down the road. They don't want to come up to something. They each have their own ideas. Literally, I'm not a Republican, but, when you look at it from other people's perspectives, how much more money can we produce and print and give? Just to do $2,000 a month and free rent and free food and free Medicaid and free electricity and free internet, you're looking at fucking $20 to $30 trillion, I'm figuring, by my own numbers, because I look at all the numbers and I figure it out. You're looking at $20 to $30 trillion. The government brings in almost like $6 trillion a year on taxes. If you basically cut the military budget for the next 20 years, you can support it. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Like I said, you got to bring this country together, and to do that, you need to basically come to some compromise. $2,000 a month ain't gonna do. Nor is free rent, free electricity, free water, free sewage, free garbage, free. It's like giving everyone free everything. Hey, Mop. So, you got to look at it from that point of view. Opening up, well, I say tread lightly and carry a big stick, but at the same time, you're going to watch the entire country go down the shitter. And when it does, people are talking, oh, we might be in lockdown 18 months. We might be. We might be in lockdown for 2 years because there's no cure and it keeps mutating. I mean, we all have to come together for some agreements. The norm. Check for temperatures. Yeah, I don't like it. That's why I'm not shopping in stores. I'm not going to go to my local coffee shop and have them basically test me. They can test me, but guess what? If I'm carrying the virus, it doesn't matter because there's no way to cure it. People in China are getting it a second time and a third time. The virus is mutating. In the end, you got to look at it from someone's point of view. Things happen for a reason. And so, with me, it's time I get to those video game reviews, but my emails. But before I go, I want to say out of love for you all, be strong. Bring ideas to the table. Maybe we can come up with something. I mean, I agree that people on SSI and SSDI and survivors should be living on more than what they're living on. Yeah, we might live in subsidized housing, but it doesn't matter. What matters is we're struggling, we're suffering. And because of it, we need to come together as a country and stop the petty bickering and find solutions. And that is not to let people die, but not to people to let them lose their houses and their cars and seeing them on the streets. We have to come to some solution until the Democrats get back to work. Again, it's a political stunt. They just decided to stay home because they're scared of the virus. I think it's all a political stunt right now. It's May. We got June, July, August, September, October, November. We got 6 months. 6 months until the elections. Then what? People vote. Each party's playing the other side. To me, I don't like to see people suffer. I don't like seeing people go hungry. I don't like seeing people lose their homes and everything. They might have to live with family. They might live under a bridge. They might have to sell everything. They live in a travel trailer. I don't like these ideas. People's livelihoods are at stake. And we're all suffering. In the end, what happens? We all got to come together. Plain and simple. And to do that, I say, I've said it time and time again, we need new elected officials for both parties. Maybe a new party that can actually listen to the people and get their jobs done. They're not listening to the people. They have their own ideas. Let's give everyone free money. They'll put free money to the problem. Just giving money away freely is not fixing the problem. It's causing more problems. Because as soon as the money comes to people, they'll ask for more because they're greedy. I'm not asking for another check. All I'm saying, it would be nice. Well, I'm not counting on it. And I'm not counting them, Right now, we're basically being the pawns in this whole game. Half of them want free money. The other half wants to open up the government. The other half doesn't feel safe. It's time we fix the whole jobs problem, the hoarding problem, and everything. We all got to come together. But honestly, both Democrats and Republicans aren't giving a fucking inch. They're playing stunts and they're playing pranks and they're basically playing on the fears of the American people. Or Americans, we need to stand up and say enough's enough. Give us solutions. Do not give us any more problems. You're making it a problem. And because of it, we are all suffering. So, what do I say? I say, let's come up with solutions, not problems. The death toll might stack itself up if they can't get this under control. A second wave will happen. Then we're at the same thing. It'll be history's repeating itself, closing the doors and everything. More stimulus money giving in the wintertime. I mean, literally. Look at it from my point of view. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't know everything, but from what I'm watching from my side of things, it doesn't add up. So, with that said, everyone, I love you. You guys take it easy. I got video game reviews to watch. Well, I wanted to address this. Stimulus, unless they come up with a 50-50, happy medium for everyone, it's a pipe dream. Opening the government, in my opinion, or opening the country, I should say, is a pipe dream. The Republicans screw it up, and the virus spikes. We're in lockdown. If it doesn't spike, then the Democrats have to give an inch. But they won't. The governor is just sitting on his ass, waiting for it to spike, so they can all say, I told you so. As governors and the federal government, they have to come together to some happy medium. To me, you're right. There is no fucking cure. There is no fucking treatment. So, I gotta go. So, please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit that like, subscribe button. It's wholesome fun for the family. Leave the comments nice as all we ask, or I'll delete it. In the meantime, hit the bell notification. It's new content every day. It's wholesome fun for your dogs, your cats, and your bunnies. Thanks for watching, everyone. Captain's Log out. USS Excelsior NCC 77246. This transmission ends now.